Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today we're going to do our third garden tour of the summer 2022 growing season. Okay, so outside of our main garden, the Thompson seedless grapes have gone up and over. We did tie a few pieces of jute there, so they're camouflaged pretty well, and it's coming over just like I wanted it to, so that is nice. There's not much that has changed with the citrus. It's still looking healthy, so let's go on inside. So it is in the afternoon, late afternoon, so things might be a little droopy, but everything is coming along. Let's start over here. We had onions here the last time we had a garden tour. Since then, I've planted a citronella plant, and in the center I planted a Cocozelle zucchini and some strike beans around the border. My brother-in-law suggested I put in a citronella plant, so if it works, I will let you all know. So in this bed, I'm not sure if you all follow me on TikTok, but I talked about how I had to get rid of this San Marzano tomato plant. It was dying, so we got rid of it. I haven't put anything in its place, and the other tomato plants are looking pretty good. This San Martino Roma is nice. I have some tomatoes that I'm going to harvest right after I finish shooting this video. Pineapple sage back here is doing fantastic. I need to do some herb harvesting. I have been a little remiss in my herb harvesting, so I need to get a little bit of that done this week. These tomatoes, oh, look at you, big son of a gun. You see that big old beetle? Just eating my little plant. I'm gonna take care of you when this video is over. Oh my goodness, and there's your friend. Oh Lord. See, and I put down, let me just stop for a second. In this bed, I treated the soil with some milky spore and beneficial nematodes. Those things often take a few life cycles, a few years to kill the critters, because I had grubs in this bed and this bed only. So I'm not surprised to see those beetles, but I'm not happy. So as soon as I'm done filming, I will take care of them. Some soapy water in your future. So this Early Fortune cucumber, it needs to be pulled out. And the reason I say that is because pretty much 100% of the cucumbers are bitter now from this particular plant. This is an Armenian yardlong. I've only gotten one so far. I see a few small ones, but I've only gotten one. It was pretty good, so I hope I get more. It's just a little later coming on. Our pretty zinnias. Back here, oh, look. Finally got some flowers on our eggplant. I have notoriously had difficulty with growing eggplant from seed, but this one is a Green Knight variety, and it seems to be doing really, really well. The Mexican sour gherkins back there are thriving. Zinnias, as pretty as ever. And last time I couldn't think of the name. These are the Queen Lime Red variety. They are so pretty to me. All right, now these cucumbers on the other hand are absolute stars. They are doing fantastic, and they're still sweet. I will definitely grow the China Jade next year, as well as the Bait Alpha. This one doesn't climb as well, but man, does it produce. And the fruit get large and they're still sweet and refreshing. Over here, our peppers are doing great. Just waiting on them to ripen, but they look good. Okay, same with those peppers back there. And our hot peppers, those look great as well. I planted them a lot closer than I usually do, and they seem to enjoy that. I've also staked them up a little bit. I've given them just a little support. They don't need a lot. I've given them a little support with these little tiny things, and it seems to help them. Uh-oh. So we've got some some jalapenos that have bit the dust. All right, let's get those out of there. They'll just breed disease. Okay. All right, the last time we talked, our indeterminate tomatoes weren't looking the best, but they've turned around. They were just a little late, a little slow, probably because their gardener didn't plant them when she was supposed to. But now we've got some nice slicers. Here's our Kellogg's breakfast. These Dr. Witchies, they don't look so good, but the Kellogg's breakfast is the champ on this side. Our cherry tomatoes are fine. I've been picking a few here and there, but this whole bed is just a little delayed because I was a little delayed. But overall, it is looking good. And back in the corner there, lemongrass is doing well. So we still have a lot of red Russian kale, but I do think I am going to pull this out because it's been riddled with caterpillars. I think I'm going to pull this out and compost whatever I can't salvage to eat. Our little spoon tomatoes are doing well still. There's a nice. And that is the main garden. So let's go on over to the other side of the yard and see what's happening over there. Before we head to the other side, I need to show you guys something that I'm not too pleased with. We were having drought conditions. I was watering, but apparently I was not watering deeply enough. And then we had huge storms come through several days in a row and split 90% of the fruit on this Asian pear tree. So I am really bummed about that. If we're lucky, we'll get maybe one per person in our family for this year. So that is sad, but some years are not the best. So let's move on. So I replanted one of those Kennebec potatoes and it's regrowing. It's happy. It looked like it had some more life in it, so I figured I'd give it a shot. These are just some overflow of some sweet peppers. They are looking good. These 2 little bags of peppers have to get harvested really soon. Our lettuce is slow to come on, but I'm not surprised. It's just a little hot. Getting a few coming up. Honestly, we've been just eating a lot of sorrel because the rest of it is just slow to germinate when it's so warm, even though this area is somewhat shaded compared to the rest of the yard. Okay. The beans, they haven't made a lot of progress since I last showed you all. so we don't really need to spend time over there. Got some tomatillos that have set fruit, and I am keeping my eye out because I have skinks in my yard. Skinks are like geckos with electric blue tails. I guess that's Carolina blue, and I appreciate them because they eat bugs. I don't appreciate them because they're skittish and they scare me. So we have a symbiotic relationship. As long as they don't creep up on me, I won't banish them. So these querida tomatoes, I'm excited to try them. I need to do some better staking on this one because they are looking nice. Not a lot of fruit, but the few fruit that are there look good. And we definitely got some golden nuggets that we need to harvest. The golden nuggets always perform well. This year is no exception. Let's head around to Melon Hill. Excuse the dune racer. All right. So, what's new? What's new is the loofah has taken over as the tallest vine on the shed. Honeydew's got some big old melons that are hiding back there. Hope you guys can see them. Let's see if I can get a better view. There they are. Can you guys see those? So exciting. The Kajari melons are still the champs. None have ripened all the way, but one of them, the first one that I found, is the closest. Actually, this thing always waits until a garden tour to show out. Look at that thing. Just sat up here and said they have no ripe fruit, and come out to a perfectly ripe Kajari melon that fell. Oh man, it. Dang. All right, so that's a little overripe. Daggone it, I just checked this thing like 2 days ago. Check your gardens every day, people. Every day. All right, well, good thing we have a lot more. So I will be checking daily now since that happened, because we have a lot more Kajari melons. So I'll be on the lookout for any ripe ones. We've got some sugar babies hiding in here. Some all sweets that are coming on. Our passion vine is still looking nice. It's getting a little wild, but it's looking nice. I've collected some flowers and dried them and used them for tea. They taste good. We've got some sugar babies that are hiding back there. Okay. The newest thing on this side, or the most interesting thing I should say, would be the corn. The corn is almost ready. I would say it's about 7 or 8 feet tall right now. And those silks need a little bit longer to dry out, and then that corn will be ready to harvest. I'm excited to taste that devotion corn. Our pole beans are coming along. Got a few little ones, but those look fine. Most of this squash row is petering out. Our little French variety may give us a few more But I have yet to get a trombozino squash. Every time I get one, it looks like we may get one, it dries up and falls off. So that's that. And it looks like we may get a few more of the pineapple squash, and those are my favorite, so that makes me happy. Those purple potted pole beans that I was telling you guys about, they did eventually sprout. Coming up on this side, our sweet potatoes are moving along just like they're supposed to. When I was here last time, I had just re-sowed the zucchini, so it is grown up and it's looking great. I need to pull this kale out. It's like lace. So I need to pull this Siberian early kale out. Let's go check on our herbs. Herbs are looking good. Like I said, I have to do some harvesting, so I will make sure to bring you guys with me when I do a big herb harvesting day. It may be a combination of harvesting and dropping some more seeds, so we can possibly get a nice fall regeneration of some of these herbs. And the beans, like I said, the beans, they haven't been taken care of as well as they should have been, so I'm going to get on that. Our flowers look like they might give me a second wave of these gladiolus flowers, or excuse me, of these dahlias. So that's exciting. I moved the pineapple and the ginger outside of the greenhouse, and they seem to like it better. A little bit cooler than inside the greenhouse where it was 115, 120 degrees, even with doors open. And that is it. So that is the third garden tour for the summer 2022. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye, everybody.